One of the best things about this home is that members of the committee are able to share and interact with residents. And I believe the key healing component to that, whether it's in Alcoholics Anonymous or another 12-step program or at 9 North, is that we attempt to meet with each other on a spiritual level, with complete acceptance. And all healing comes about, in my mind, because of love for the other person. If I can see the God within them and they can see some good within me, there's a chance that we can have an honest and open relationship. And I believe that that is the thing that brings about healing in any human being. That's the way it worked for me at any rate. Somebody accepted me the way I was, and you know, one of the things we hear in AA is that we were loved to health, and I believe that's true. There were people that were given to me who loved me where I was at until I could love myself. And that's what I think works here.
The establishing of 9 North took place. We had a full house, but no committee. And I offered my services to the society to form a committee. And to keep a committee busy, I came up with the suggestion that the committee members be a mentor to the residents of the house. This is not a counselor, not a sponsor, but just being a mentor. And in the process, the residents asked, or I should say one of the residents asked, are there any women on the committee? And I thought, good grief, what do we need women for? But then I realized that they perform a function that's unusual. Usually, the respect for women is much greater than that of men. In addition to that, they have an insight, maybe not necessarily to be fooled as much as what I as an individual are. So I mentioned this to a gal by the name of Lydia at Detox, and she says, Ron, I want to be on your committee.
Generally speaking, I think the success of 9 North has to do again with community spirit, with supporting each other. Even though I am not an alcoholic or a drug addict myself, I think we all, on some level, probably have to fight our own demons. And it's important that we support each other within the framework of what we know without judging. And we are able to mentor within this program in a way that is not judgmental, but more of a friendship, more of a support. It's different than a sponsor that you would get in AA, because that's not necessarily our background. But we do have an opportunity to interact with people, to try and find out what their desires are for their future, to try and help them goal set and think about what they want for their future, and support, either verbally or in other ways, if we can.
Yeah, I don't think I would have made it if I was left on my own. I tried that before and it never worked. Going back to the same atmosphere, the same place, and the same people, I knew I wouldn't have a chance. Even though I wanted to, sometimes our demon is stronger than our will. I knew I needed a clean start, and I knew I had to do certain things. And some of these certain things that I had to do were getting rid of the past, the old friends. I wasn't that strong. I need time. Even today, I don't hang out with those same people. I have nothing in common with them today. I don't believe that I would have had a chance or I would have survived. Today I understand why. It's been shown to me and it's been proven to me that people that, you know, go back to that same atmosphere, those same people, they don't make it, unfortunately. So I take that suggestion to heart. and I believe those people that told me that these are suggestions, but you better well do them. And I understand why they tell me that today.
Ron came to the place where I work in Simcoe County looking for information about treatment facilities, and sat and spoke with me for quite a while, and the next day I got a phone call from Ron asking me if I would take a position on the board of directors for St. Vincent de Paul, telling me that I was the first female on board, and that was a little nerve-wracking, but I needed something to volunteer in, and so I chose to come aboard with St. Vincent de Paul and get involved with 9 North, and quite grateful that I did.
What led to my seeking treatment was I had a job for 25 years, which I lost because of drinking. I was quite successful in the position, but just drinking took over my life, and I wasn't able to function anymore. In the interim 10 to 12 years, I visited 6 treatment centers. It seemed that after I got out, I needed a safe place, and I never did have one until coming to 9 North. But also, many times, my attempt to get into a treatment center was thwarted because I would relapse again, and then they wouldn't take me. So I found that coming to a place like 9 North, that's a clean, safe place, and with a lot of supportive people around me, was just essential in me getting established as a productive kind of and having a sober life.
I went to the Hope Acres Treatment Facility, which is run by the Salvation Army, and after completing treatment, I thought I would just go back to home, which was St. Catharines, until I met the lady who deals with discharges at the center, and she told me about 9 North. And at first I wasn't really willing to agree with that because my children were back home, and that's where I wanted to be. And then I actually read the statistics that only 2% of people that go to treatment stay clean without going to a recovery house for their first year. And then the other statistic was 80% of the people make it to 1 year clean if they enter into a recovery home. So that was pretty much my deciding factor to come to 9 North.